Hi guys, it's Richard again. As promised, we're going to deliver another video today on some of the ways I use those fib settings that I talked about in some of my earlier videos. And let me just show you what those are again. I'll just put it up here so in case you haven't watched the other videos. So when you open up the settings, basically what it is it's the high and low, which is 0 and 1, the halfway point in between 0 and 1, and then the fib extensions are 1.618, 1.382, and then the inverse, negative 0.382, negative 0.618. Okay? All right, so I'll be using that through this whole video, but let's take a look at what price on the ES has done since the beginning of the year. All right, January 1st, it's right here, and price opened up at 6 p.m. on January 1st right there. All right, so actually it's 14.18. There we go. All right, so I don't know if this is significant. I was just looking at it earlier today, but if you look at where price was here, it came down about 2.4%. And so far it's went above the opening price 2.38%. So that's pretty close on both sides of the opening price for January. Now, one of the things that I'm going to show you in just a minute, but let me go back and show you how I use some of this fib settings. So what I'm going to do is let's go back in time and let's just go October to November, okay? Because I'm using the contract ESH 2024, and I'd have to go back and change it if I wanted to go further back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this month up, okay, into 3 sections. So I'm starting on October the 1st at 6 p.m., and I'm going to go to the end of November, or excuse me, end of October. So it's right there. All right. And so what I'll do is I'll take my fib settings, and so I divide this up into thirds. So this is the first third, second third, third third. Okay. I'll take my fib setting and I'll go high to low on the first third, and it gives me some projections. And if you look, we came down and we went right into that zone and then rejected back off of it. And now we're in, let's take this off and let's look at November to December. Okay. I'm going to remove this. And so that's October, November. Where are you? About right there. We're going to go to December. All right. So again, doing the first third, second third, that kind of stuff. Okay. So we can't count this because that's in October. Where's the low in November? Right there. Then we're going to go here. Now notice, in the second third, we actually went above and then we stayed above. And that may have been the first indicator that December was going to continue to expand. Okay. So let's look at December. And here we go, about right there to January 1st, December. Okay. And we're going to go the bottom, which will be there, and the top of the first third. And you see we blew right through the zone, came back in and retested it, like we have talked about on the intraday. And then we've been expanding up. Pretty interesting, right? All right, we've got, several more days left in February. So where's price going to go from here? I'm not real sure. All right, nobody knows. All right, so let's go back and do what we started with, which was put a line on January 1st, and then put the opening price. Okay. And if you look here, and I'm going to change fibs on you, okay, but I'm going to use an OTE, or what ICT calls OTE, optimal trade entry, and I'll go from high to low. Let me change it to that fib. And we came back to exactly the 61.8. It went up to the second, which is 422.25, which I have set at 0.27, negative 0.27. Okay. All right. Now, I do think we're going to have some retracement coming down. That's just my bias right now. Okay. I think since we made this run, so let's see. Let's move this to the high, and notice how the 50% is right on the, or the 40. The 50% is 48.1775, which is right on the 48.18. Even if we move it to this pivot here, we're still at 48.1775 on the 61% retracement. Okay. So know what we know about what's happened in the previous months. And guys, you could go all the way back when I was doing dividing the months up into thirds and putting that fib setting. You can go back and it just is true. It just does it every single month. All right. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go to where February starts. All right. So we're going to do a high and low. Change this back to the playground. And we went above it, but we're coming right back into it. Okay. I wonder if we probably had need to put to there. Yeah. Okay. Because it was right on the line. All right. So we wicked above it. So do I think the price is going to come down maybe into this area and then go back up into here? Possibly even the final week of, let me make sure that I'm telling you this right. So this will be Thursday and Friday, maybe a pullback. And then next week, who knows? I don't know what it's going to do. But this is the way I'm looking at it right now. All right. So we'll see. I'm gonna be watching this area here. If we get an expansion above, then I know we're still going higher. All right. But right now I feel like we're gonna pull back. And here's another reason why I say that. Okay. If I look at the weeklies, all right, let's put this on a 1 hour so you can see it better. Okay. And let's go back in time. All right. So here's Monday's price action. This was from 2 weeks ago. We came up, we expanded above. We stayed inside on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we expanded above. Then we came back, retested down in here, and then finished up. So this was an up week for sure. Now look at this week. The week just previous week. Monday's price action stayed pretty much barely penetrated Fridays. High and low. That's what these are. These are the previous day's highs and lows. Okay, these dotted lines. All right. Then on Tuesday and Wednesday, we came all the way down. And then on Wednesday, we put in the low at 1 p.m. So right after the lunch break. And then we expanded up the rest of the week, Thursday and Friday. All right. That's pretty typical. I mean, your high or low is usually going to be for the week is going to usually be set on Tuesday in the London session. Or if it's not, it will be usually in the Wednesday session. And that usually in the New York. All right. So if you look at today, this week, we opened up Monday above Friday's price action. This is Friday's close. We stayed above it. We stayed in between Monday's price action on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we opened up, went above the previous close, and then, took off to the races. And then we had that great big pullback today. As you can see, we pulled back and we closed down inside Tuesday's high. So tomorrow when I come in here, there'll be a line up here and a line down here, dotted lines. So I wouldn't be surprised if we came up here, tested something in this area, and then came all the way back down to test these lows. All right. However, that would be really far down there, and it doesn't hold true to what I was saying earlier when I look at what did I say, 4818, 4817, something like that. That would have us all the way down here. Okay, so when I said you could come back here and retest these lows, that's a long ways to come. I don't think it's going to do that, but who knows? All right. So anyway, this is the way I look at the markets. I hope this helps, and I hope you found the fib settings that I use and how I can use them on a monthly basis to kind of see what prices, when it's moving. Has it hit its expected move yet? I call it expected move. It's not, has nothing to do with an expected move, but those are just traditional fib settings, and they tend to work. All right. Talk to you later.